No one's done more to expose the deep state than me. Not gonna allow you to be misled.
What's up, guys? It's Benny. This was me 24 hours ago at Kash Patel's official swearing-in ceremony for FBI director at the White House, and the celebrations afterwards, fighting with Kash all the way, baby. I didn't think things could get any better than this. It was a high watermark point of, well, my entire career. Kash Patel is a personal friend and somebody who I'm so very honored to say that we know and have supported for years. Nobody more deserving than Kash Patel. But of course, Kash Patel deserves to have a great team around him. And then Donald Trump goes and does something like this. You didn't think it could get any better. And then Trump comes up over the top and says, no, the golden era just got more golden. Great news for law enforcement and American justice. Dan Bongino, a man of incredible love and passion for our country, has just been named the deputy director of the FBI. Oh, baby, we are cooking. The man who will be the best director ever, Kash Patel, named him to this position. Dan has a master's degree in psychology from CUNY and an MBA from Penn State. He's a member of the New York Police Department, New York's finest, and a highly respected special agent in the United States Secret Service. And he's now one of the most successful podcasters in the country, something that he's willing and prepared to give up in order to serve, working with our great United States Attorney General Pam Bondi and Director Patel. Fairness, justice, law, and order will be brought back to America, and quickly. Congratulations, Dan. In case you were wondering if this is, I don't know, a prank or perhaps somebody got hacked, I don't know, whatever. Dan Bongino posting this to his 6.5 million person following. Thank you, Mr. President, Attorney General Bondi, and Director Patel. Look at this. Oh, my goodness gracious. Donald Trump following up. Another aspect of the life of Dan Bongino is that I think is very important. His great wife, Paula, and his two wonderful daughters, who truly love their dad. An incredible job Dan will do to protect this country. Ladies and gentlemen, we know Dan Bongino. We know Kash. We've been on Dan's show. We've known Dan for ages. We've known Kash for ages. This is the freaking dream team. No one could be in a better position to clean up this destroyed, rotted federal law enforcement agency than the man who was willing to literally take a bullet for President Trump, the man who did take bullets metaphorically for President Trump, Kash Patel. These two guys know what it's like to be on the other end of the left's lawfare and to be on the other end of the persecution of the deep state. And I am just so freaking pumped for this. I just can't believe the timeline that we are living in. It is the sacred timeline. So everyone is losing their freaking minds over this. Charlie Kirk saying, thank you, Dan Bongino, for the sacrifice. I know this is service to your country. America just got a huge upgrade. Bongino joins Kash Patel. You know what Kash told me? What Kash told me? This photo, he said, wait till Monday. And we are a couple hours away from the clock striking midnight. And, well, it looks like Kash was a bit early. Your greatest nightmare has come to pass, deep state. There is no way of waking up from this. Kash Patel is the FBI director. Kash Patel's deputy director is Dan Bongino. Just leave D.C. Patriots has seized control. Patriots literally in control. What a combination. Dan Bongino is the new deputy director of the FBI. Many had said that Dan Bongino might be tapped for Secret Service director, but it looks like President Trump had other plans in mind, and I think obviously the FBI is clearly more powerful when it comes to being the actual enforcement arm of the Department of Justice, the largest law enforcement agency in the world, right? And so this is a very, very unbelievably positive update and will protect our boy Kash these two guys have each other's back. This is the dream team, says Julie Kelly. Congrats to my friend Dan Bongino. We will miss him on the outside, but this is where he will do the most important work. Godspeed to Dan and FBI Director Kash Patel. There it is. Look at this. Just unbelievable. It's like hard to believe it's real. Dan Bongino named Deputy Director of the FBI. Congratulations, Dan Bongino, says Elon Musk. All the good guys are coming together. Molly Hemingway, Dan Bongino, next director of the FBI. Congratulations, Dan Bongino, says Anna Paulina Luna. Dan Bongino appointed to serve as deputy director of the FBI. The position does not require Senate confirmation. Radio show host and commentator, former NYPD officer, served with the U.S. Secret Service agent for 12 years. Kash and Dan Bongino to become deputy director of the FBI. I didn't see this one coming. Hate to lose his podcast, but he can make a huge real difference. Dan Bongino is deputy director. Let's freaking go. What does Dan Bongino say about the actions of the FBI and about the actions of a man who used the FBI in order to persecute his political enemies, Barack Obama? Let's have a listen.
Spygate, Obama was in charge. Collusion hoax, Obama's in charge. The Hillary email scandal, Obama's in charge. The bribery scandal, Obama's in charge. There's a common thread. This isn't a conspiracy theory. What did I just say that's not factually accurate? Now, as this Biden scandal explodes with this allegation that he took a $5 million bribe as vice president, Obama's vice president, keep that in mind. Andy Biggs appeared on Fox yesterday. He was talking about these massive payoffs they have bank records of. They now have bank records. Nobody disputes the authenticity of these bank records flowing into the Biden Inc. crime network while he's vice president. Nobody disputes it.
Dan Bongino knows where all the bodies are buried. Dan Bongino was able to perfectly dissect what the FBI did in the raid of Mar-a-Lago. He doesn't live too far away from Mar-a-Lago. He knows President Trump, and the two are very, very close. Dan Bongino has had President Trump's back for years. Listen to this.
He was held accountable.
I was passionate about it for a reason. How many freaking times are we going to let the FBI interfere in an election? I mean, this is supposed to be a constitutional republic. I'm not crazy, right? Like, this is supposed to be a representative democracy. Banana Republic. We're beyond a banana republic. We're into like tin pot dictator third world stuff. This is embarrassing. At least Pravda didn't pretend to be anything but state apparatchiks. The FBI, and listen, I've been with you for a while. I work with a lot of decent guys. But I'm done with the rank and file stuff too. I'm done with it. If you took part in this, anyone who took part in this, anyone, I don't care who you are, an analyst or an upper level manager, the next president who comes in office, they should schedule F as many people as they can in the federal government and fire every single person involved in this. Everyone. The receptionist in the FBI office who took a call on this should be fired. We are not a third world republic, supposedly. Sean, the difference between us and Kim Jong-un, right, is that we investigate crimes and then we look for people. We don't investigate people and then look for crimes. That is exactly what's going on. How many times are they going to investigate Donald Trump for how many different things before the American people wake up and realize this isn't an investigation of a crime in search of a person, but a person in search of a crime? And let me just add, one last thing on this, folks. I left my job. So no one's going to lecture me, oh, Dan, what would you do if you just do? There's no more we're just doing our job. You swore an oath to the Constitution. Have some balls, man. I left my job because I couldn't take what was going on. I gave up my pension and everything because something else mattered. You're not going to lecture me on anything. If you were involved in this constitutional abomination to our constitutional republic, you don't deserve your job today. And you will get no backing from me or anybody I know in the conservative movement going forward. You flush your credibility down the toilet.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be the greatest FBI America has ever seen. Ever. In case you're wondering if Dan Bongino is going to do his homework or if Dan Bongino is going to give us a little bit of a breadcrumb trail as to who he may wish to investigate at the FBI, feast your eyes.
Has anyone
on this.
bothered to ask why the son of the President of the United States seems to be the most valuable man in corporate America all around the world? Has anybody asked that? And guys, there's no excuses here as to why the media is still doing one of the biggest cover-ups in media history. Here, let me show you some. Here's the receipt. We have the receipt, guys. Here is the Hunter Biden receipt, signed by Hunter Biden. There's Hunter Biden's signature. Bill to Hunter Biden with Hunter Biden's laptop. Here's another one. Wait, I got more. This is like a court exhibit. Don't go anywhere, fellas. Here's a picture of Hunter Biden. Of Joe Biden and Hunter. I even circled Joe for you. That's not part of the picture. That's my Sharpie. There's Joe Biden with Hunter Biden's business partners that he says he never met. There was this kid, Steve, you may know him, Peter Ducey. Yeah. He's got the same last name as you. He asked Joe Biden a question during the campaign. Hey, man, you have any conversations with your son over these business deals? Nah, none of them. There's the picture.
Right.
There's the picture.
Right.
There's Joe Biden in the picture. I mean, what else do you need to know to interview this guy and ask him serious questions?
You talk about serious. This China energy firm is tied directly to the Chinese government, and they're looking to push forward their Belt and Road program, which is the counter to American influence. They take these struggling countries hostage by giving them money and then extort them for their natural resources or their port access. And he's helping foment that. The other big story in Miranda Devine's book is the cobalt mine. We basically gave up the cobalt mine, which is cobalt is necessary for this clean energy and this battery power. We gave it to China because in 2013, involved in that sale is Hunter Biden. This isn't just a crack-addicted son of a president. That's a personal story and a tragic one. This relates to American foreign policy and to our president. They want to make it about addiction. It's not.
You're right, and the Belt and Road Initiative, they're doing that now, by the way, with airports as well, even in Africa, where they're currently in the process of taking over an African airport now. They lent a bunch of money to, can't pay it back. This is all part of the plan, Brian. Now, it's interesting how the Democrats always talk about greed. You hear it often. They're actually blaming inflation now on greed and not Joe Biden. It's amazing how greed is just the worst it's been in 30 years under Joe Biden. Well, now you understand why, guys. Because the Chinese government understands Biden families, their proclivity for greed. They're really great at exponentially growing greed. Sure. They knew that. Do you blame the Chinese government for understanding Joe Biden's kid is a grifter and then taking advantage of it to leverage their power against the United States? This is a nuclear-powered enemy of the United States. Let's be crystal clear. But do you blame them one bit for saying, hey, our intel sources show that this guy's family's full of grifters. Let's take advantage of it. Of course they did that.
Oh, baby. We're cooking. We're cooking. You don't think it could get any better? It just did. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Bongino is joining Kash Patel of the FBI. The sacred timeline continues. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe for more updates. See ya.